My name's Damo, you're watching Heavy TV, and I'm sitting here with Rob Zombie. Welcome to Australia, welcome to Heavy TV.
Thank you, thanks.
I must say that, on this tour, I know you just last night you did a Q&A and screening of The Devil's Rejects, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
And how was the response to that movie? Because that's one movie I really want to talk to you about, but...
It was great. I mean, I actually hadn't seen the movie in about 10 years. So I myself really enjoyed it. I kind of forgot about it, and the crowd was great. They love it. It was a good time.
Because I got to tell you, when I first saw this movie, now this is one of the things that I really, really loved about that movie, is character development that you did with Mosley, obviously Sheri and Sid Haig.
Yeah.
When I watched that film for the first time, I've never ever in my life watched a movie and wanted bad things to happen to the people that are starring it. Those characters, the way you develop those characters just made me so fucking angry that I wanted bad things to happen to them. And
it's funny because other people say the exact opposite. That they're like, those characters are so disgusting, but I love them.
Yeah.
So you never know. I don't know. Yeah.
Was that you got Sid Haig in there, legendary actor. Now with Sid Haig, when you approached him to do this movie, did he have to think about it, or did he just read the script and go, oh fuck yeah, man, I'm in on that?
Well, no. First we did House of a Thousand Corpses together, and
yeah.
Sid had basically retired. He hadn't done anything. He did a quick cameo in the Quentin's movie Jackie Brown, but it was for 2 seconds. But Sid had quit acting, and I found him. He was working as a janitor at this building, and he came in and he said yes right away, and he's been working ever since.
Yeah,
he was great.
It's a fucking great character actor as well. He's got so many different facets, I guess you could say, to him. So many personalities trapped inside him.
No, it's great. I mean, that's what's kind of sad too with a lot of these character actors too. It's we love them from these movies.
Yeah.
And just because the movies are popular, you think, oh, they're rich. But a lot of them, they didn't make any money, So it's kind of nice when you can find some of them and bring them back to work,
Oh, finally. So he's got you to thank for reinventing his career.
Well, I did what I could.
Well, we thank you. Halloween was a movie that was a big deal for you as well. I love the Halloween series, the whole series. Possibly not really number 3 too much, but the original series. But you went beyond just doing a remake. It wasn't even a remake. It's you really got into the psychology of Michael Myers.
Yeah, well, I mean, when the offer came to me, first the offer was to make another Halloween movie, not a remake. They didn't really know what they wanted.
Yeah.
And then I first I said no, I didn't want to be part of it because I thought I hated all the sequels, and by the last one, Halloween Resurrection, I just thought it was horrible.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And then then I went back and watched the original Halloween, which, obviously I love that movie. And I realized there was a lot of what I thought was in the movie was more in my mind. And I thought, well, you could remake this and just take a different approach. And that was sort of what seemed exciting about it to me.
Yeah. And it's definitely so. That's what I liked about it, especially was the whole, because you don't really get to know the younger Michael Myers or what set him off to be Michael Myers, the psychopath.
There's nothing in that. I mean that was great too. In the first, in John Carpenter's movie, they don't explain anything.
Yeah.
Which is fine too. That works fantastic. But I thought, well, rather than just redoing John's film, which seems silly, I'll just do it differently. And that was so I thought, well, give him make a whole thing about him as a child, which was never seen before.
Yeah. And you've just done Lords of Salem, well, that's your latest one, I believe, is Lords of Salem.
Yeah.
Now, is there any new, because I know you're touring a lot, but is there any new films that you've currently got on the horizon? Or?
Yeah, when we'll be done touring in the summer, and then I'm going to start another film in September.
Oh, okay. Is there anything you can tell us about that, or is it still under the wraps at the moment?
It's pretty much under wraps. As we get a little closer, I'll announce it. But yeah, so that's probably late August, September. I'll start on that.
Yeah. And is there any you brought Sid Haig back, you made his career. Is there anyone that's from a forgotten era of film that you would love to bring back? I mean, you even brought Patricia Quinn back, man, in Lords of Salem.
I've been wanting to work with her for a long time. We met 15 years ago about a film project that never happened. So I always had her in mind, but just the movie was never appropriate till recently. Oh, there's lots of actors I really like that they're hard to find people sometimes, they don't want to do things, but there's always somebody I'll find. I'll force somebody back to work.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
It's Tarantino did, I guess, the same thing for Pam Grier. as well. Like, with Jackie Brown, he brought Pam Grier back.
Yeah, Pam Grier hadn't done anything in a long time. Well, she had done some stuff, I think. She was, but not on the level of Jackie Brown, that's for sure.
Yeah, is that someone you'd love to work with? I know you're a fan.
Pam Grier's fantastic. Yeah, I'd love to work with Pam Grier. I really love her. Yeah.
See that, Pam? If you're watching, get his number. He's asking.
I think she's pretty busy now, though. Actually, I don't know what she's doing now.
Your parents grew up in a carnival, or were part of a carnival, a traveling carnival? Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, that on my mom's side of the family, that was the family business. Sort of like, I think before I was born, like with my grandparents, it was a circus, and then by the 70s, it was more like, carnival type business.
It wasn't like one of those freak show carnivals or anything like that.
Well, I think before my time, it was.
Oh,
it was a little more like I said, a circus with animals and freak shows and things. But as the years went on, it became more just like a carnival side. I don't remember there being sideshows when I was a kid, but there might have been. I don't know. It's a long time ago. I don't know. It's hard to remember.
And I understand that you are an avid collector of film memorabilia and things like that. Is that correct?
Not so much anymore. I mean, I was for a while. I was really into collecting things, but then at some point I just had so much stuff. Yeah. I couldn't take it anymore, so I stopped.
So you got like a hoarders thing going on, like on that TV show?
No, it's very neat and clean and organized, but yeah, that show makes me very uncomfortable. No. I started actually getting rid of stuff because I don't know, it's like one day I just didn't care anymore.
Oh, okay.
It was weird.
And what was the weirdest piece of memorabilia that you managed to get a hold of?
Well, someone gave me, and this is an actual shrunken head.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't want to say who gave it to me because I think they're illegal to have. But it's a very expensive gift, but an actual shrunken head. It's pretty cool.
Wow, I mean, because
I don't know whose head it is, but somebody's missing a head.
Well, I heard once, I mean, it must be a thing that people like to give filmmakers like weird, bizarre, like ornaments and things, because I remember John Waters saying that he actually got a jar of dirt from John Wayne Gacy's house where the house was. Somebody sent him a jar of the dirt.
Probably, yeah.
Now, last year for Record Store Day, just before I let you go, you released a record that you actually had to play from the inside out.
Yeah.
A 10-inch record. Record Store Day is just around the corner. Have you got any like plans for something bizarre and wacky again?
Absolutely not.
No?
Nothing this year.
Nothing this year?
I'll have to catch you next year. Yeah, no, nothing new this year.
No worries. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you today,
Thanks,
Rob.
man. Thanks.
No worries.
Good to see you. Thank you.
HeavyTV, Rob Zombie, I'm Damo. We're out.